Welcome into WDSR Duquesne Student Radio. I'm Christian Bartoletti with my co-host Ben Gianetta. We just got done doing our Steelers pregame show, and now we want to come at you with a quarterback rankings tier list. Ben has concocted a nice, nifty, cool tier list for me, and it's based on NFL quarterbacks currently playing and their Hall of Fame chances. We did one earlier. Unfortunately, the file was corrupted. I had to get a new SD card. You guys didn't get to get it, but it was the NFL teams breakdown and their chances of winning the Super Bowl or where they're at currently as a franchise. Today we have quarterbacks, and you said there's 7 tiers?
I have 36 quarterbacks and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 tiers.
He's already leaked to me a couple of the names.
Yes, I have. If you just want to take a quick look,
I'll look at it.
Go ahead and look at it.
So do you have memorized who is going in what category?
I think I do. I have my first list or my first tier.
So this is what's so crazy.
What?
You have a drastic jump from number 1 to the second.
Okay, my number 1 is Hall of Famer, and then my second is just don't suck, and you will get in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that I thought you were saying they don't suck.
No, I'm saying
don't suck.
Don't
and you
suck
will.
for the rest of your career, and you will make the Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I have Josh Allen and Joe Burrow in that. That's what I meant.
Okay,
That's what I
right.
meant with that.
I thought you were saying these guys are Hall of Famers and these guys don't suck. That's my fault.
No,
I get it now.
I wanted to clarify that because that's what I mean by don't suck. Don't suck, and you will make the Hall of Fame.
Okay, I'm with you.
Behind that, I have if they win a Super Bowl, they will get into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And then behind that, I say you are on the right track to be in the Hall of Fame. These are really just reserved for the younger guys that are 1 or 2 years or 3 years into their careers. Behind that, I said you have to win 2 Super Bowls. You have to be the driving force behind winning 2 Super Bowls, and you will get into the NFL or get in the Hall of Fame. And then behind that, I don't remember what I have. I think it's
multiple, and then it's needs to turn career around quickly.
Needs to turn their career around quickly. There's a reserve for the young guys who haven't panned out very much yet. And behind that, you don't have a chance to make it to the Hall of Fame. And then I have the rookies. Which quarterback are you laughing at?
These quarterbacks in the no chance is so funny.
Who do you not agree with in the no chance?
Low key, you could put Geno Smith in needs to win a Super Bowl. Low key, you could.
No.
If he wins, think about it though. If he wins a Super Bowl, he has
not done enough throughout his career to win to be inducted in the Hall of Fame.
You're right.
Like Joe Flacco was very consistent in his Baltimore days.
Yeah.
Like he took he's 39 years old, and he took a siesta for 5 years, and then he came back and started playing well again. But
siesta, it's crazy.
Siesta, but Geno Smith was a backup for 5 years.
Yeah. No.
So I don't think that he has the counting stats to.
I was 110% a victim to recency bias.
Yeah,
110%.
Recency bias. I tried not to. He has 16,000 career passing yards in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on, I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
12
6,
seasons.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seasons. He has 16,000 passing yards.
So close.
There was a stretch from 2015 to 2021. He played in 15 games from 2015 to 2021. He played in 15 total games.
Give him a gold jacket and a bust. That's what I heard. That's all I heard whenever you said that. I'm just kidding.
So that's my reasoning.
No, I'm with you.
Why he's not in any of the categories.
He's cooked. Yeah, he's cooked.
So I do want to clarify. The only reason I have Tua in the no chance is because I think that injuries are going to get in his way. I think he might get another concussion, and then it'll ruin his career.
I don't like.
That's the only reason I have him in there. If not, I would say probably
needs to win a few.
Yeah, needs to win a few. He'd be in that category.
But what if those guys that are in needs to win a few Super Bowls wins 2 MVPs instead?
Okay, Kyler Murray will not win multiple MVPs, and Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Dak Prescott, I think, will not win multiple MVPs.
Oh yeah, okay. But what if they just
Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert win multiple MVPs and don't win Super Bowls? I think that they're in.
See, that's so tough because I feel like the NFL is not like baseball.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that's currently active, if this were baseball rules for who gets in the Hall of Fame, would be Rodgers and Mahomes. Those are the only 2 that would make it. Russell Wilson wouldn't make it, and his whole entire career he wouldn't have made it if this was baseball. Because baseball is very big on the Hall of Fame and not the Hall of Very Good. The NFL is not like that. Your first one isn't first ballot. They're just Hall of Fame.
They're just not first ballot because I don't think that Russell Wilson's a first ballot. I don't think that Joe Flacco, and I don't think that Matt Stafford are first ballot.
Okay, I can get behind. Did Stafford never won MVP? Did he? P did he? Whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, free him. No, I'm just kidding. That's wild that I just dropped a P Diddy. Okay, MVP, comma space. Did he? That's so wild. What the heck? I don't think he did. That's absurd. I cannot believe that just happened.
I'm going to trusty old Football Reference.
Dude, he has not won an MVP.
Pro Football Reference.
He might have gotten Offensive Rookie of the Year.
He is a 2-time Pro Bowler, 1-time Super Bowl champion. He is a Comeback Player of the Year, and whatever this thing is. What is this? I have no idea what this award is.
He didn't get Offensive Rookie of the Year. He had such a good rookie year, I thought. Cam Newton.
What is
Hall of
PFWA?
BFWA?
PFWA, Comeback.
Pro Football Walter Payton Award. I'm just kidding.
I don't know what that means. But he has not won an MVP.
He didn't get Offensive Rookie of the Year. Who got Rookie of the Year his rookie year?
When did he come into the league?
Des Bryant?
He
was like 09.
2009.
Suck it! Oh, let's go! I knew that. I think it was him and Des Bryant who were in the same class. And maybe if it wasn't him, it had to have been Des Bryant. Maybe a running back. They loved running backs.
Was it Eddie Lacy?
No shot. Lacy was 12, I thought, right? Am I tweaking?
It was Percy Harvin.
Oh, that's a tough one to lose. Darn.
That's crazy. What has he done since then?
I think AP was AP 08. I think he was the year before that.
Oh, here we go. There's a list
of
Offensive
Rookie of the Years.
Percy Harvin was
hold
09.
on. Okay, hold on. Give me a random one. Give me a random one that you think I should know, and let me see if I get it.
2015.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive?
Offensive. Yep.
Oh, this was the Fisher draft class, wasn't it? It was. There's no.
Do you want a position?
Running back.
It is a running back.
Okay, because it's not going to be Mariota, and I think that was the Mariota year with Jameis, and Jameis and Mariota both sucked.
I think it was that year. Yep.
Running back in 15.
Mm-hmm.
Was DeMarco Murray a 15 running back?
DeMarco Murray never won an Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay. 15.
And I will give you
Zeke Elliott. Was he 16?
Zeke Elliott has also not won an Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Probably because of this guy. Or maybe... Oh, no.
Wait.
Eddie Lacy won an Offensive Rookie of the Year.
12?
Yeah, 13. But it's not this guy.
I never said he didn't. Okay, so maybe 15. Dude, I want to say Todd Gurley.
You're right. It's Todd Gurley.
Okay.
Yep. But Percy Harvin won in 09.
Okay, so
Sam Bradford won it in 2010. Okay. Sam freaking Bradford, who hasn't done anything else in his NFL career.
And what draft class was Stafford? I thought he was 09.
He was 09, yeah. So
okay.
Percy Harvin won it that year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Bradford the year after, that's absurd. But those hands up, I can't even really say. Hands up, don't shoot. They were the Rams guys. It was him, Tavon Austin. They had I think Alec Ogletree was there at that point, and they had a tight end that was pretty fast. Jared Cook might have been. I think it was Jared Cook in them Rams days. It was like the 2016 or 2014 Rams. They all wore tinted visors. It was crazy. It was an old Vine I used to watch. It was like Jared Cook, Alec Ogletree, and Tavon Austin came out with like blacked out gloves and everything, and they just like looked so sick with tinted visors. It was nuts. Back to your tier list. Okay, so. You have 7 in there.
I have 6. Yep.
6.
I have Patty Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. I don't think I ever stated this. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Flacco, Matt Stafford are they're going to be in the Hall of Fame when they retire.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So now, if Flacco didn't have the Cleveland year last year, and it was just the Ravens, and that was it, and that stopped it, was that good enough for you?
I still think so because
what did the Brown season even do?
I don't even think he really did very much. I don't think that
he had 1,500 passing yards.
Yeah, I don't think that does a ton of that does a lot for recency bias.
Yeah,
but I'm not basing this off of recency bias.
Yeah,
I think he did enough in his Baltimore, and
that was it. He only really ever did anything.
Only
in
really
Baltimore.
anything in Baltimore.
Yeah,
he played in Baltimore for holy crap
a long time.
From 08 to
16, 17.
He's there for 10 years, which is kind of crazy. But I think he did enough in his Baltimore years to
Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, to get in the Hall of Fame. I get you.
Yeah, I think so.
He was just living under Ben's shadow.
He had 1,600 yards when he was in 5 games.
Okay, that's really
Cleveland.
good.
That's very, very good.
Yeah. I can agree with all of those. I can see all of them getting in. I think obviously this doesn't matter, but like, where do you realistically by the time Pat Mahomes retires, does he have 7 Super Bowl rings?
No.
Does he have
No,
4 or 5 MVPs?
Because Kelsey's going to retire. Chris Jones is going to retire before. Like, okay.
What if he leaves the Chiefs? Like,
I don't think he ever. I don't think he ever leaves the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Unless he pulls a Brady.
And like on the tail end of his career, he leaves.
Yeah. I think Andy Reid's going to retire. How old is Andy Reid? Like 70 something.
And he's got heart problems. Being that big,
I could see him retiring the next 2 to 3 years, realistically.
Andy Reid?
Yes.
He might go out on top. If they get one this year and three-peat, he'll probably hang it up.
He might pull a Bruce Arians, you're right. But
yeah.
I think Kelsey's going to retire. Chris Jones might move on because I don't think the Chiefs even want to pay him after this contract, if he's still this good after his contract is over.
Fair.
And who is left on this team realistically?
So how many more do you see him getting in his career? None?
1, maybe 2. Like 2, I think 2 is a stretch.
Ooh.
I think realistically he gets 1 more.
He's got 3 by 27, and if he plays another 10 years?
But like there's no way, like as much as people want to compare him to Brady, Brady had Belichick.
Mm-hmm. Well, Belichick was a defensive guy, but yeah.
Yeah, and Andy Reid's not going to stick around for the entirety of Mahomes' career.
Yeah.
Like
I think his skill transcends
because he's 29 years old.
29. Okay.
How many realistic years? 10, 9. He plays at this level till he's 38.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying? Like
that's tough to do, especially with like how much he relies on his arm strength.
And there's like no bright spots on this team, like young guys that are really looking on offense. Except for Rashee Rice. I'll give you Rashee Rice.
And Pacheco.
I'm not even ready to say Xavier Worthy because Xavier Worthy might turn out to be like a Hollywood Brown, where he's just kind of fast.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown.
I would say
who always was playing in terrible offense.
That is true.
This guy has Pat Mahomes.
I'll say Creed Humphrey, and I will say
Pacheco.
I'm not even because running backs.
They don't matter, but Pacheco.
I'm not going to say Pacheco's a bright spot.
Okay, but if
Rashee
running
Rice
backs
and
don't
Creed
matter,
Humphrey.
if running backs don't matter, then they can
unless
just go draft one in the fifth
you're like
round.
Saquon Barkley or you're Christian McCaffrey or you're Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to call you a bright spot.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if running back doesn't matter as much, they can just go get one because that's what they did with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I don't think running backs even matter. I don't think it doesn't matter who you are as a running back in the Chiefs. I don't think it matters specifically to the Chiefs.
Okay.
Because they're such a pass-heavy team.
Yeah.
But like Creed Humphrey and Rashee Rice are the only ones that I'm willing to call bright spots on the offense.
I think they win this year.
I
do.
I think that the Ravens are so good.
I get it. But it's the Chiefs, dude. That's literally.
And I am so with you on that. That is it's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid that they just somehow they get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And if that happens, I'm
D-Hop
not shocked.
And D-Hop.
And they just got D-Hop.
Yeah,
right.
That's a big deal for me. If they would have left Rashee Rice with a torn ACL out and Worthy's battling with whatever he's got going on, and Travis Kelce has not been Travis Kelce, and they're still 6-0 or whatever, but they're 7-0 maybe now. But that's what I just think. D-Hop plus Mahomes plus the scheme.
Like Kelce's 35 years old.
Yeah.
If they win it this year, does Kelce retire?
Yeah. I think he rides off into the sunset.
If they don't win it, does he retire?
No.
Really?
I don't want to say he retires at all, to be honest, but his brother's out.
He's
got like his wife now. No, you know what? If we're going to play this, no, because he has to milk the NFL for all the money that he can get. And the NFL needs their ratings and their money with having Taylor Swift.
I think that Travis Kelce's so distracted by off-field stuff that he's going to retire after this year and focus solely on that. Because I think he sees what Jason Kelce's doing. Because Jason Kelce is everywhere.
Yeah.
He's in so many commercials. He's on panels. He's on pregame and postgame shows.
Yeah, but they like him better. Everyone always liked Jason better.
That is true. But Travis Kelce's got Taylor Swift.
Travis Kelce's the Pfizer guy. I'm just kidding.
The Pfizer guy. Come on now. All right. I think we should probably move this back to the Chiefs because we're getting off topic.
Jared Goff. And
I have Jared Goff and the needs to win a Super Bowl. Yeah. And the only reason I have him in the don't suck and you'll get in is because he had those years when that last year he sucked in LA, and then the first 2 years he sucked in Detroit. That's the only reason I have him, that he needs to win a Super Bowl to get in. That's kind of the only reason. That was my reasoning there.
But how many years does he have left?
Jared Goff
if he has
30 years old. I could see Jared Goff having a Kirk Cousins career. I think that those guys are very, very similar, the way that they play.
I was just saying, so if he plays for another 5 years and throws for 4,000 yards.
I could give him another 6 or 7.
But so 6 or 7 with on average 4,000 passing yards a season. That's 24,000 if he plays 6. That's 24,000 yards to
He
add.
has 32 total
Yeah,
so far.
puts him up almost in the 60 range for 60,000 total passing yards.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I mean,
he's
that-
first
that-
ballot. Maybe not
that's-
first ballot, but and that's four grand passing yards every season is a big goal to ask.
Yeah, because he didn't do
But-
like in his last year in LA, he threw for 3,900, and then his first year in Detroit, he threw for 3,200. Like
What did he have last year for
last year, he had 4,500,
There you go.
and the year before that, he had 44.
Exactly.
So if you're right, but he has 1,600 this year in 6 games.
Yeah, he's on pace.
And how many games do they play? 17. So if he doubles that, so he has to if he triples this, what is 16 times 3?
He'd be right around it.
Yeah. So I don't think he's going to stick around this pace. I think he can stick around like the 3,500 pace when he's like 36 or 37.
Mm.
And if you, I don't know. I'm gonna. You're making a very good argument to put him in the don't suck, but I think I'm gonna keep him in that he needs to win a Super Bowl.
That's fair. This is so tough because I know Josh Allen is where you have him, and
Yeah.
There's just something. I don't know what it is about me. I like Josh Allen. He's a good dude. He's cool, but I don't.
Plus Haley Steinfeld's hot, but that's irrelevant.
I like Josh Allen, but I don't like Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I think it's a Buffalo thing. I just don't like the Bills.
He's also a hero ball guy, which
That's-
I
we-
don't think you like about him.
Yeah, and I mean that's. I don't know. I just because I think also a lot of it is I don't want to say inconsistency because obviously he's consistently throwing for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, and he also
30,
has a
40.
turnover problem.
Yeah, and that's just like the modern day Brett Favre, and why wouldn't I like the modern day Brett Favre? Like you'd think that'd be all what I'm going for, but I don't know. I think he needs a Super Bowl or an MVP.
You think Josh Allen needs a Super Bowl?
He hasn't gotten one.
Okay.
He's not Drew Brees. Drew Brees played for 18 years and was like second. If Tom Brady never existed, Drew Brees would be one of the GOAT quarterbacks in the discussion.
Okay.
But because of how boring he was, because he played a boring style of offense that he wasn't Tom Brady, and he only won one Super Bowl and never was an MVP. Like, yeah, Drew Brees obviously a Hall of Famer, but whenever you hear people talk about quarterbacks, who do they say? Give me like 5 names.
That is true. No one ever talks about Drew Brees. Like Drew Brees and John Elway.
They say Peyton Manning. They say
Manning,
Tom Brady,
Aaron Rodgers,
Joe Montana.
I
don't hear Big Ben a whole lot, but
no, I think that Peyton Manning, Brady, Rodgers, Joe Montana.
And I hear a lot of Steve Young too.
I think Drew Brees gets kind of put in there. Do you think Drew Brees gets put in there?
He can 100%. I think is he not second all time in passing yards in the NFL?
He might be.
And I think he almost had the season total.
Yeah, he's second. Yeah, he's second behind Brady and ahead of Peyton Manning. And Matthew Stafford is 10th on this list right now. And he's still active, which is crazy.
10th all time in passing yards.
10th all time in passing yards, and Rodgers is 9th.
Wow. You know, they said this
you know what's actually kind of crazy is Russell Wilson's 19th.
Yeah, he's up there.
And Joe Flacco's 17th. So
but Russ doesn't have as much time as these other guys do. Like they're all.
Oh no,
on their
Russ's time is fleeting. So
Yeah.
with Joe Flacco, like all of these guys, realistically, all of these guys' times are fleeting.
But okay, so who's second all time in passing
You know what's
yards?
actually kind of crazy? Derek Carr's 25th.
Oh.
I had no idea he was that high. Same with that. Anyone's 26th. I had no idea these guys were this high. That kind of makes me rethink things.
Dalton, I still don't think he gets. Well,
But,
he,
like,
he
I'm not
might
gonna
get in later.
You know what? Yeah, because his career's over. Yeah, he's not. His career's over. But Derek Carr at 20, he's got 40,000 career passing yards in his career so far, and he is like his time in New Orleans, I think, is probably over, and he's 33. So, how many realistically good years does he have left? 1 or 2, right?
For who?
For Derek Carr. If he gets if he gets 8,000 more passing yards, that puts him at 14th all time in passing yards.
That's attainable. That's attainable for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you think about his timeline, and you're like, oh man, Derek Carr is like just one of those meh quarterbacks,
Yeah.
but he really was a very solid and serviceable guy.
Do you think that he needs to win a Super Bowl to get in?
He's done. He's not winning a Super Bowl.
If he gets dropped in, let's say,
What, the Lions? What are you gonna say?
no,
here?
like
The Chiefs. What do you want?
No, I'm gonna say if this is I don't think this would ever happen. But if he gets put in the Seattle Seahawks somehow, and Geno's not there anymore, and he goes nuclear, because he's that. I realistically think that the not the Vikings, even the Vikings, but I think that the Seahawks are just a quarterback away from being like serious contenders.
But Geno Smith is, I don't know. It's they are a game changing quarterback. If you put Josh Allen on the Seattle Seahawks, then
okay. If you put
Derek Carr on,
I think Derek Carr would
weapons.
outperform Geno Smith on the Seahawks. Like Geno Smith's getting a ton of passing yards, like it's cool, but like you got to score touchdowns. I don't know. I don't know really where I'm going with this.
No, I get where you're coming from. We also kind of severely underrated where Derek Carr is,
because I figured he was just dog, but it turns out that he's not that bad. Where was Drew Brees at? Was he second all time?
Drew Brees is second, yeah.
All time in passing.
All
yards.
time, yep.
And he's like 10K away from Brady because Brady played for.
He's 9,000. This is crazy. He is 9,000 away from Brady, and he's 9,000 ahead of Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
So Brady is
and Brees
18,
never got talked about. And where's Ben at all time? Like eighth or
he's
something?
Fifth.
Okay.
He's got 64,000.
So why do we talk about Joe Montana before we talk about Ben Roethlisberger?
I don't even see Joe Montana. Where's Joe Montana?
Probably way down, a little bit down there. That's like who was
Joe Montana's 23rd. He's got 40,000 career passing yards.
You know who was never a good quarterback?
Who?
Joe Namath. Joe Namath was a terrible quarterback.
Yeah, it's because he played with plumbers and mailmen.
Oh, but he his stat wise, other than winning the Super Bowls or whatever, he was terrible. And it's like the same conversation. Why do we ever say Joe Montana?
He's like the Jerry West and the.
Look up. Okay, so sort that list by touchdowns.
All right, I will do a side-by-side by touchdowns and passing yards.
Is it not Football Reference? You can't just sort by touchdowns?
No, because I only have the list of
the yards leaders.
The yards, yeah.
Oh. But, yeah, I don't know. That's tough. But that's what I mean. Drew Brees, severely underrated in his entire career, the whole entire way. It's weird. Nobody talks about him. But especially if you're rookies, I think out of all the rookies, the one with the most Hall of Fame potential, it's so easy to say Jaden Daniels, but like.
Yeah, that's why I put the
rookies on their own,
in
right.
their own quarter. In their
no,
own
I get
section.
it, but like out of all the rookies, who would you say has the most?
That's Shane Daniels. That's pretty easy.
Okay.
I mean, Caleb Williams, I don't like him, but I think he's got a solid chance at the Hall of Fame.
Okay, so
solid.
Out of all your quarterbacks that are in the young but need to turn it around, who do you think has the best chance? Because I know Justin Fields is in there.
He is in there, yeah. The best chance.
Give me all the names and then.
Okay, I have 5 in the need to turn their career around quickly. I have Justin Fields, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, Trevor Lawrence, Will Levis. Out of those 5 guys, I think Trevor Lawrence has the best chance to make the Hall of Fame. Because of what he's done so far.
I was thinking Richardson.
I don't think Richardson has the talent.
Think about how young
I really don't
Richardson
think he is.
Though.
That's cool, but I don't think he's that good. I don't think he'll ever be that good.
Okay.
Like I loved him coming out of Florida.
That's fair.
I really thought that he could get the passing down, and after watching him this year, I just don't think that he'll ever become a premier passer.
He might be a guy like Tua where he just never gets back from injury problems.
I don't even like. I think
he got hurt last year. He got hurt this year. He's been sidelined both of.
I don't even think it's injuries
seasons.
that are going to keep him out. I just don't think he'll ever be a good passer.
Fair enough.
I think passing matters so much to quarterbacks. Like I could see him being a very good dual threat. Like he is what Lamar Jackson. He's what people think Lamar Jackson is.
Yeah.
He cannot pass the ball, and he's a very good runner. Lamar Jackson can throw the ball with anybody. He is up there with literally anybody to throw the ball.
I see. That's tough because I
think he's just as good of a passer as anybody, including Mahomes, because he's a better passer than Mahomes is this year.
Oh no, I agree with you 100% on Lamar Jackson. I'm talking about
Anthony Richardson.
Yes, Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson is kind of what you would liken Justin Fields to. But I think
Justin Fields is better than Anthony Richardson.
Fair enough. I'll take that all day.
And for a sleeper, I think that I would give, and it's just because I'm such a Bryce Young stan, I think that Bryce Young has the second best chance to make the Hall of Fame out of these 5 guys.
I'm so
If
happy.
I had to rank it, I'd go Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, Justin Fields, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis.
I'm so happy that you keep talking about how much you love Bryce Young, because whenever that guy fizzles out of the league in 2 years,
You're
and
gonna
he's
bring it in.
quite literally working at Chick-fil-A, handing me my food in 2 years, I'm gonna laugh in your face until I die.
I'm sticking my neck out for Bryce
I know,
Young,
and you've done
but
it for years, ever since he got drafted, even before he got drafted. Like, dude, he was listed at 5'10",
he's a
standing next to
midget.
5'9",
He's a midget. He's a
standing next to
midget.
5'9" Nick Saban. He's shorter
He's a
than Nick
midget.
Saban.
He's small. Me.
Not even. It's not even about stature, because I was a Kyler Murray guy, and I still am a Kyler Murray guy.
That's why I have him in the needs to win Super Bowl, not in the no chance. Even though his team is garbage.
He's still young though.
I don't think he's that young. He's
25, 6.
No, there's no way he's that young.
He got drafted 5 years ago at the age of 21.
He
27?
is. He's 27. He's 27. But he's not. You said he was 25 or 26. I knew he was not that young. He's 27.
Okay, but you're sitting there acting like he's 30.
I knew he wasn't 30. I knew he wasn't 30.
But how many? Okay, so this is the big reason why Tom Brady has the most unbeatable records.
He played until he's 45.
Exactly. Who can do that? Who's going to do that?
No one in the NFL now can do that. I don't see anybody currently in the NFL who could do that.
Okay, so
I don't even think Patrick Mahomes
who
could play
plays 15 seasons or more. Because that's what it'll take. It'll take at least 15 seasons from somebody playing to have a similar stature to Tom Brady. Maybe like the Super Bowls don't come, obviously, because you can't guarantee Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of passing yards and whatever else, it'll take like 15 seasons. Who can play in the league for 15 seasons?
I think that I'm looking at these guys. I think Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff.
Burrow's the only guy I'll agree with. And Goff.
I think Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love. No, I'm not even saying. Well, okay, because he didn't play for his first 3 years. Are we counting that?
Think what Love? Yes, we're counting his seasons that he played.
Okay.
Or that he was on.
Or
the
are we
team.
talking about 15 productive years?
No, 15.
Just
years.
15 straight years.
Well, like Tom Brady,
Josh
half of his rookie year he didn't play, but that's
Yeah.
his rookie year. He didn't sit out for 2 to 3 years behind another player.
So I have. Okay.
It's like age-wise. You can go based on age. Like who's going to play until they're 38, 40? Josh Allen
I think
won't.
that Josh Allen.
He won't.
I think he will.
He relies too much on his legs, and he'll get
I
hurt.
think he'll stop doing that.
Okay.
When he's, I just think he'll stop doing that when he's like 34
Okay.
or like 33. I just think he'll stop doing that and he'll just pass.
Okay.
I think that, Jared Goff is probably going to play till he's 39. Okay. I think that Joe Burrow is probably going to play till he's 37 or 38. Same thing with C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love. I can see Baker doing that. Justin Herbert, Dak. That's kind of it, honestly. I don't see anybody else here. Maybe Purdy. I see Sam Darnold kind of fizzling out.
Spencer Rattler.
Dude, I wanted so badly to put him on this list and then put him in
rookies. He'd be in rookies.
No, I wanted so badly to put him in careers on the right track just to make you mad, but I didn't.
Because it's just like because your integrity as somebody who produces anything would go straight out the window the second that you say Spencer Rattler's career's on the right track. It's done. It's done. Put a fork in it.
Okay, I put Brock Purdy in the careers on right track. Do you
Yeah.
think he should belong in there, or do you think he should be in the?
No.
I kind of don't have.
He's on the right track. He's
Okay.
been winning. He has productive seasons. He's a decent and good quarterback. He's the future there.
Okay, what if I put Dak Prescott in the needs to win one Super Bowl? Do you think one Super Bowl is enough to get Dak into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's on the Cowboys, dude. That's like a big deal to people.
That is true.
Who else is in your needs to win one?
I only have two. I have Jared Goff and I have Kirk Cousins. Those are the only two guys I think.
Okay, who's in needs to win two then?
Sam Darnold, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Kyler Murray. Those are my guys that need to win two.
I think Baker and Hurts could be moved up.
Really?
Yeah, I think Baker has had. Well, I'm going on how I project it to happen. I think
Mhm.
Baker's going to have a great career. I think he found his home, and he's going to stay there, and he's going to be productive. And I think he got out from under the Cleveland thing because there's not a lot of quarterbacks that can revive themselves from being in Cleveland.
He has 22,000 passing yards in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no,
8 years he's been playing. For
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. He has 22,000 passing yards.
That's not great. But
Because
he's turning it around.
he only has one 4,000-yard season and that was when he got to Tampa Bay.
Right, and that's what you would expect unless his receivers break their legs and have a quad
Like
injury.
they have this year.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But no, I see him. I don't know. I like Baker Mayfield a lot. I think I'm trying to think about quarterbacks that have gotten out from under the curse of being in
bad
Cleveland.
franchises.
Not
Or
even just Cleveland in general.
Really.
Because you think about Deshaun Watson went there and died. Deshaun Kaiser died.
Johnny
DTR died.
Manziel.
Menzel died. Jason Campbell died. That's even dating way back. Who was the other guy? It wasn't Couch, was it? Couch was like their first one in franchise history.
I don't know.
Died. Brian Hoyer died. Like these are like fails, epic fails, terrible fails.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to Cleveland. And Baker's the first guy who got out from under it and made a semblance of a career. Other than Josh Dobbs, who then proceeded to die because, he had Pasternaut for 5 games or 4 games.
That was fun.
It was fun. And then he threw like 7 picks down a stretch of like 3 games and got
Yeah.
benched. So
where do you think Sam Darnold, if you had to give him a percentage to make the Hall of Fame, Sam Darnold, because I have him in that he needs to win 2, a 2% chance.
Yeah.
Where would you
he has
put-
virtually no chance.
Where would you put Baker Mayfield? Because these guys are kind of identical.
In their stats?
No, just like in their career paths. Because like
But
if
Darnold's
Sam Darnold-
younger, but he didn't produce as much in
if
New
Sam
York.
Darnold produces, if he keeps producing the way he is, because
Can we say this is a 1-year fluke or no?
I don't know, because he's like, I've kind of thought he would fizzle out by now, and he really hasn't.
Yeah.
But what's kind of crazy, he only has 13,000 career passing yards, and
That's what
him
I'm
and
saying.
Baker are in the same draft class.
Oh, they were the same. Yeah, they were the same.
They're same draft class, and Baker Mayfield has 9,000 more passing yards.
Yeah, he had way more production
Which
in
is kinda
Cleveland
crazy.
than mononucleositis did.
So I guess
and
I'm with you on like he has a 2% chance because he really needs to step it up. He does not have a single. He has one season over 3,000 yards.
that's what I'm saying. He never, ever, ever, ever contributed in New York. That was never his thing.
And he was
like,
only there for 3 years.
He always sucked. Yeah, and then where did he go to San Francisco or whatever?
And he went
bounced
3 years, 2 years in Carolina, 1 year
Right.
in San Francisco. Now he's in Minnesota, and he has 16,000 or it's not 16,
100.
1,600 yards and 14 touchdowns this season.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I don't think he has any chance. I
Okay.
would almost say 0, but.
So all right, I'm
But-
gonna go.
And that's like this is like if the unforeseeable happens and this guy turns into the next Pat Mahomes. Like this,
Mhm.
like these guys have to become a different like football player almost. Like Baker Mayfield, genuine odds are probably around 5%.
Mhm.
But I think if he continues to play with
I think his
4 to
percentage
5,000 passing yards in a season and
upwards
plays
of
for 10,
25% if he continues to play this way.
4K yards for 10 more seasons, 40K yards in the next whatever.
I don't think he's gonna play for 10 more seasons as much. Well, actually, you know what? Because I think he's only like
26.
who?
26. How old's Baker? 26.
Baker Mayfield is not. Do you think? Do
Wait,
you actually think
was he
Baker Mayfield
was he
is
20?
26
Was he
years old?
2017 draft class?
He's the same draft class. He's 2018 draft class.
18, and then Kyler
No,
was
sorry.
19,
Yeah, he's 2018.
and then Kyler was
Do
19.
you think he's 26 years old?
No, he can't be now. If Kyler was 27, he
He's-
must be 28 or 29.
He's 29. I knew he was old. I think he plays a realistic 6 more years. I think he retires when he's like 36.
I could see him being one of those guys that doesn't know when to hang it up and wants to just go any to
You
any
think he could be a
team
Joe
that'll buy
Flacco?
him. Not even that. Just like who's
Do you
a-
think like a Ryan or a Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, just a guy that's like, who's in desperate need for a quarterback? I'll go play for you because I want to keep playing, even though I'm not that good anymore. He could be that guy.
Oh, so like a
Because Joe Flacco pretty much only plays to collect a check. He knows he's not there to play and actually start. But Baker Mayfield's the kind of guy that's going to be like 37 and be like, I'm good enough to play right now. I'm going to go somewhere that needs to have a quarterback, and I'm going to go start. And that's what he's going to do. That's how I could see it happening. Because Joe Flacco, once he left Baltimore, he just was like, yeah, I'm a backup, and that's fine. Like Dalton was the same way. Maybe not in Chicago. I think he still tried to. Was it maybe not even Carolina? I think he was trying to beat.
You're right, because after he left Cincinnati, he was kind of like, all right, I'm a career backup now. And
Yeah.
then now that he's having a mini, and I'm talking very small career resurgence,
1 game.
2 games. I give him 2 games.
They're talking about letting Bryce Young spin it again.
I absolutely think he deserves another chance.
Of course you do.
Absolute-
You've already admitted your bias for him.
Since when do we give a quarterback a season and a half and then they suck and then that's it? When have we ever done that? We gave
Josh
Zach.
Rosen.
That is
Josh
true.
Rosen got like half of a year
Okay, but that's
on a
Josh
terrible franchise that had no
there's
weapons
always
on
exceptions. There's always exceptions.
it. Of course you say that.
Okay, when has there ever not been an
I don't.
exception?
Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf, like the biggest busts of all time,
I'm
all
pretty sure Jamarcus Russell got at least 2 seasons.
a season and a half and 2 seasons. Big whoop.
No, there's a
Sam
okay.
Darnold. How long did it take before? Okay, so whenever Tyrod Taylor came in for everybody,
Sam Darnold got 3 seasons.
he got 3 seasons. He
He got
played
3
for 3
seasons.
seasons. He played for 3
He got
seasons.
3 seasons.
Or
I swear.
did he get injured or something?
All right.
Or
We'll-
how
we'll
long
look
did it
at
take
this.
before Minshew came in? Kenny Pickett got a year and a half before he got shipped off. That's what I'm saying. Any quarterback bust.
Sam Darnold played 13 games his first year, 13 games his second year, 12 games his
Okay.
he
So
played
then who's the guy that got benched for Tyrod Taylor?
when?
Because that Tyrod Taylor that was Tyrod Taylor's
Let's look
thing.
at Tyrod Taylor.
He came in, Justin Herbert, who no one gave up on, but that was like they punctured his lung so that Justin Herbert could come and play.
Yeah, that was funny.
But that's what I remember for a fact. Tyrod Taylor came in and started
Okay.
over somebody.
What year? Because Tyrod Taylor.
I know there was Buffalo whenever
He was in Baltimore for 4 years, Buffalo for 3. Went to Cleveland, Mayfield took his starting spot. Went to L.A. and Justin Herbert took his starting spot. Then he went to Houston, and I think that he played in Houston 1 year. Then he went
Davis
to
Mills.
Did Davis Mills take his spot?
No, but Davis Mills. That's another guy that only got maybe a year. His big neck.
Okay, but Davis Mills was like a 3rd-round draft pick.
Who cares? Rookie,
talking about
rookie quarterback.
I'm talking about 1st-round draft picks. I'm talking about guys that are taken high. And then he went to
Kenny.
yeah. Okay, I'll give you Kenny. I'll give you
Okay,
Kenny
and
Pickett.
you'll
I will give you Kenny Pickett, and I will give you what's his
Ryan
face?
Leaf and
I'm not going to give you those guys because those are
they're too old.
Too old.
You're
old.
so crazy.
Too old. Too old. I will give you Kenny Pickett, and I will give you who was the other guy you mentioned?
Too many names to keep up with.
You said
These-
Josh Rosen. I'll give you Kenny and Josh Rosen. Those are the only 2 guys. Sam Darnold got 3 years. Zach Wilson got 2 years, and I don't even think did he get more than 2 years?
There's got to be guys that we're missing.
Oh, I'll give you Trey Lance. I'll give you Trey Lance
For sure.
But Trey Lance is out because of injuries.
Okay.
He sat. Okay, he sat behind Garrett. He sat behind Garoppolo, and then he got injured.
I don't think it matters.
Josh
He got
Rosen was
given
never
up
injured. Kenny
on.
Pickett was never
You
injured.
got given up on.
Zach Wilson played.
Zach
Zach
Wilson,
Wilson-
another one.
Zach Wilson played 3 seasons.
He played 3 seasons.
13 games in his first year, 9 games in his second year, 12 games in his third
What
year.
are his stats? These are games
We're
played.
not
Did he
talking about-
start? Did he start
Yes.
all of those games? He started all
I think
of those
he started
games.
all those games, yeah.
I think he was a
His
backup
stats-
for half of
His
those.
stats suck. I mean, they suck.
Who was he fighting against in New York? Think about in New
It was
York down the
probably
stretch.
Mike
he was
White.
fighting with. Okay,
Mike White was like the only guy he was fighting with.
I'm sure. Are those games played in or dressed, or was he a holder of some sort, or what? Drew Lock is another guy that got given up on. And if you can play
I don't think Drew Lock even played enough to get. I don't think Drew Lock
still
even played enough
Still.
to be given up on. He's played 30 career games in 5 seasons. He only played one kind of season, and that was in 2020. He played
okay, that was
13
like,
games.
Okay, boom, 13 games. This is like the
But
number
he's
you've
only-
been saying.
But he's played 5. He played 5 games his first year. He played 6 games his next year. 4 and 2. That's not enough.
Was it injuries or was it something else? Who was in Denver before Russell Wilson? Whenever they had Drew Lock, who was the other quarterback?
They were in. That was a turnstile of quarterbacks. They were just trying anybody.
That I'm saying got given up on. A lot of quarterbacks get given up on because they don't.
I don't
have
think
it.
that they really had faith in Drew Lock to begin with.
I don't think they
But,
should.
like-
I don't think the Carolina Panthers should have faith in Bryce Young because he
I think that-
sucks.
I think that they do. I think they have to.
Well, okay, yes, you have to because you spent a first-round pick on
You
him.
gave up
or
the
a first
house.
overall pick.
No, you gave up the house for Bryce Young.
Right, okay. I'm with you that they have to, but you're wasting your time because the kid sucks. That's what I'm going to say
Okay.
on air. That he's not it. Doesn't have it. But that ran us past our 3:30 time slot. It doesn't matter. Thank you guys for listening to DSR
thank you.
UK Student Radio. That was the tier list for the quarterback rankings and the breakdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Just to summarize everything, let's go with who's going to be our Super Bowl winner for the next couple of years and the Hall of Fame guy. Who's a underdog Hall of Fame guy?
I'm going Jordan Love.
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
If Jordan Love wins 2 Super Bowls in the next 5 years, I wouldn't be surprised.
2 Super Bowls in 5 years. I'll go Stroud. I'll go against you.
I was between Stroud and
Yep.
Jordan Love, and I picked
Okay.
Stroud, and I picked Love.
I'll put Stroud. He already won Rookie of the Year. Almost got MVP. Probably should have won MVP.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
Christian Bartoletti.
Ben Giannetta.
Thank you guys. It's been awesome. Great day. Friday. Tune in.